Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub, where we dive deep into the machines that move us. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 2025 Honda Rebel 500, a modern classic that keeps things simple, stylish, and seriously fun. The 2025 Honda Rebel 500 doesn't shout. It doesn't demand your attention with aggressive bodywork or wild specs. What it does instead is quietly deliver one of the most enjoyable, refined, and rider-friendly cruiser experiences available today. And that's exactly why it's remained such a beloved choice in the midweight segment. For years, the Rebel has been Honda's answer to those who want cruiser styling without the bulk. A bike that feels approachable, yet still delivers enough performance to keep things exciting. And in 2025, it has evolved subtly but smartly to stay ahead of the game. At first glance, you'd be forgiven for thinking not much has changed. The silhouette remains unmistakably Rebel, slammed with a slam-down stance, slightly forward foot controls, and that minimalist bobber-inspired attitude. But the 2025 model brings with it a host of updates that, while not revolutionary, feel purposeful. They're the kind of refinements that come from listening to riders and improving on a proven platform, not reinventing the wheel. One of the biggest talking points this year is the revised suspension setup. The front 41mm telescopic fork has been recalibrated for better rebound damping, and the twin shocks in the rear now feature improved spring rates and slightly more travel, up from 3.7 inches to a touch over 4. This might not sound like much on paper, but on the road the difference is noticeable. The 2025 Rebel 500 soaks up urban bumps more gracefully than before, giving the ride a more composed, confident character, especially when pushing through twistier back roads or less than perfect city streets. The engine, meanwhile, continues to be the same 471cc liquid-cooled parallel twin that Honda has absolutely nailed for this segment. It's smooth, willing, and torquey, with just the right amount of punch for real-world riding. It makes around 47 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and 32 lp-ft torque at just over 6,000 RPM. These numbers might not set records, but the way the power is delivered, predictably, linearly, and with a satisfying mid-range pull, makes the Rebel an ideal companion, whether you're commuting through traffic, chasing the horizon on a weekend cruise, or just learning the ropes as a new rider. The engine character also adds to the bike's unique charm. There's a low-frequency thump that never feels harsh, and the exhaust note has been tweaked slightly for 2025 to offer a deeper, more resonant growl. It still has that familiar, subdued Honda soundtrack, but there's a bit more attitude now, especially when rolling on the throttle in third gear, and thanks to the refined fuel injection system, the throttle response is as crisp as ever, with no lag or hesitation, whether you're crawling at parking lot speeds or overtaking at highway pace. But what really defines the Rebel 500 isn't just how it rides, it's how it makes you feel. The ergonomics are classic cruiser, but with a slightly more neutral and less exaggerated layout. The seat height is still a very approachable 27.2 inches, making it accessible for shorter riders, while the narrow waist and compact dimensions help build confidence at low speeds. Taller riders, too, will find there's enough legroom to be comfortable for extended stints, especially with the optional extended footpeg kit that Honda now offers as part of its accessories lineup. The handlebars are wide and set back just enough to promote a relaxed riding posture, and the redesigned seat for 2025 is now wider at the rear and better cushioned. Long-haul comfort has improved notably, especially when paired with the new optional pillion pad and backrest. For those who like to personalize their rides, Honda continues to embrace customization. The Rebel 500 remains a blank canvas of sorts. From minimalist saddlebags and windscreens to tank pads and fork gaiters, the options are plentiful and easy to install. On the tech front, things stay refreshingly simple, but not bare bones. The 2025 model retains its slick negative LCD instrument cluster, but it's now brighter and easier to read in direct sunlight. It shows all the essential data: gear position, fuel level, trip meter, and of course, speed, and the backlighting has been updated to a more modern blue shape hue, which complements the bike's overall aesthetic. Honda has also carried over the slipper/assist clutch, making shifts buttery smooth while reducing lever effort, especially useful in stop-and-go traffic or for newer riders still developing a feel for the clutch. One standout change this year is the addition of a new riding mode, Standard and Rain. While this might seem like overkill for a 500cc bike, it actually adds a layer of versatility that wasn't present before. In Rain mode, throttle response is slightly muted and ABS is more sensitive, which gives riders extra confidence on wet roads. Standard mode, as expected, delivers the full Rebel experience with all the mid-range torque and snappy acceleration on tap. Speaking of ABS, it's still a standard feature, as is the front and rear disc brake combo, 296 mm up front and 240 mm at the rear. The braking performance has always been decent for the class, and now, with improved pad compounds and a slightly revised master cylinder, the feel at the lever is more progressive and confidence-inspiring. It's not superbike grade by any means, but it stops with authority and composure. As far as aesthetics go, the Rebel 500 continues to nail the modern retro vibe that has become its trademark. The 2025 update brings with it new color options, including a rich pearl midnight blue, a classic matte axis gray metallic, and a head-turning candy diesel red. The paint quality is excellent, with a deep gloss and subtle metallic flake that catches the light beautifully. The new bronze-finished engine casings on select trims add a nice touch of class without going overboard. Lighting remains fully LED across the board, including the compact headlamp, tail light, and turn signals. The headlamp unit now features a cleaner housing and slightly brighter output, offering better nighttime visibility without compromising the Rebel's stripped-down appearance. Every element on this bike feels like it was chosen to blend form and function. Nothing flashy, nothing gimmicky, just clean, coherent design choices that work in the real world. Another key selling point for the Rebel 500 in 2025 is its low cost of ownership. Maintenance intervals are generous, parts are widely available, and Honda's legendary reliability is of course baked in. Fuel economy is excellent. Expect anywhere from 60 to 70 mpg depending on your riding style. The 3-gallon fuel tank might seem small, but with that kind of efficiency, it still nets you well over 180 miles of range per fill-up, which is more than enough for most daily use or weekend getaways. As for pricing, Honda has kept things remarkably competitive. The base model Rebel 500 in 2025 starts at $6,799 in the US, with ABS as standard. Opting for one of the special edition colors or adding accessories can push the price up to around $7,500, but even at that, it undercuts many rivals in the midweight cruiser space while offering superior refinement and overall ride quality. There's something undeniably appealing about a bike that doesn't try too hard. The Rebel 500 doesn't need to. It knows exactly what it is. A simple, stylish, well-built cruiser that can be both a beginner's first ride and a seasoned rider's reliable daily. It doesn't chase trends or shout for attention, but it's precisely that quiet confidence and focus on the essentials that has kept it relevant year after year. In a market increasingly packed with complex machines and high-spec options, the 2025 Rebel 500 is a reminder that sometimes less really is more. It invites you to enjoy the ride without overwhelming you, to make it your own without demanding a huge investment, and to build a relationship with the road that feels natural, honest, and enduring. For riders looking to dip their toes into the world of cruisers without the intimidation factor, or for experienced motorcyclists who just want something fun, reliable, and refreshingly real, the 2025 Honda Rebel 500 continues to hit that sweet spot. It might not be the loudest bike in the lot, but don't be surprised if it ends up being the one you ride the most. And sometimes, that's the best kind of rebellion. That's a wrap on the 2025 Honda Rebel 500. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. More two-wheeled stories coming your way, right here on Bike Culture Hub.